Welcome to the orientation for the Course Compass side of your Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Pre-Algebra courses. Today we'll be looking at some general information that will help you get started and become more familiar with the format of these courses. If you do have any more specific questions, you can contact me directly. Let's start by looking at the Chapter Contents tab. This is where you'll find all of the content for the course. As an example, we'll click here on Chapter 1. Within each chapter, you will see several different sections. Click on 1.1 fractions, and within that section you can see that you have four basic areas. The first is a video presentation, then a textbook section, and then practice problems. If I click on the video presentation, it will come up in QuickTime, and if you don't have QuickTime downloaded, you'll just see a black screen, and I'll show you in a minute how to get that up.
Whether you are aware of it or not, fractions are being used in your everyday life.
You can see the video presentation here, and these are typically 25 to 30 minutes long, and it's just like being in a class where your teacher's teaching you the concepts. They will ask you to occasionally stop the tape and do some practice problems, and you can watch this as many times as you want to. But if you don't see this video, then you need to install QuickTime, and you can click here on the installation wizard and then My Math Installation Wizard, and it will check your browser to see if you have the things that you need. You need Adobe Flash, the Reader, and then QuickTime. And if you don't have it, then over here on the right hand side it will have a link for you to download. And then once you've gotten all those things done, you may have to restart your computer, but go back to that home page there and go back into your chapter contents and give it another try. See if you can view the video. If you have problems with that, let me know. The next thing, after you've watched the video and taken some notes, done some of the practices in there, then you'll click on the textbook section. And this textbook is very similar to a traditional textbook, but it has some features that make it a little bit better. I will scroll down to the next page over here, and you can see that it has these nice little features like this, the video. If I've watched through the entire 25 to 30 minutes and there's just one little section that I didn't get, but I don't want to watch the video over, or maybe your connection causes it to freeze up a little bit if you stop the video often, then you might come over here to the textbook section and just watch this short 2 to 3 minute clip about this particular section. You'll also find, I'll go to the next page here, things like this. You try it. It will give you the opportunity to practice a problem without going into the actual assignments that are for grade. And so you can give that a try if you'd like. After you've done that, you can go back to the textbook. You can print any of the pages here. This little print icon will allow you to make copies of these to put in your notes. So once you've watched the video and you've read through the textbook section, then you're going to do some practice problems. Now it's important to note that these practice problems are not for a grade. These are only for your practice, to make sure that you know what you're doing before you go into an assignment that's for a grade. I'm going to click here on the tracked tutorial exercises because it looks very similar to a homework problem. And this is about what it looks like. If you are going to enter a fraction, you would use this tool here, and I could enter a fraction here, and you see there are several other tools, the square root, the ordered pair. All those options are there for you. There are also some really helpful tabs over here on the side. The first one is Help Me Solve This, and if you click on that, then it will guide you through step by step through the entire problem and tell you how to solve it. But when you click close and you go back to the problem, it's going to give you new numbers because it will take you all the way through and give you the answer for that problem. So that's what you want to use if you just absolutely have no clue where to even start with a problem. If you have been working on a problem for a while but you've gotten stuck on one particular part of it, I would suggest clicking View an Example. It will do the same thing as far as walking you through the parts of the problem, but it isn't typically as interactive. It doesn't make you interact with the problem as well, and when you click close and go back, you're on the exact same numbers, so you don't waste all your time that you spent working on that one problem. So that's a good feature. You can also click on the textbook icon and it will take you over to the textbook section that deals directly with that problem. So that's helpful. And then the video will do the same thing. It'll take you out to this 2 to 3 minute clip that specifically addresses that problem. The animation is very similar to the Help Me Solve This and the View an Example. It will walk you through.
In this tutorial, we will review the procedures for multiplying and dividing fractions. Let's start by working through an example where we are asked to multiply two fractions.
And it will walk you through step by step. So those are also helpful. You can ask your instructor. It will send them a message that directly tells them what problem you're working on. You can also print it for your notes so that you can go back later and remind yourself of what you did to solve that problem. So there are lots of help features that you can use when you're in an assignment. Go back here and click OK. So let's say that I have watched the video, I've read the textbook, I've done some practice problems. Now I'm ready to do something for a grade. I'm going to click OK, and then I can either click here on the Due Chapter Homework, or I can go over here to the Homework tab. I'll just click there so that you can see. This is a good place to know what's coming up due. It'll tell you all your due dates for each of the assignments, and it'll tell you if you're past due or if you've got some extra time. Once you've done an assignment, you can click here to see the score that you scored on it. That assignment's not completed, that's why it looks like that. Occasionally when you click on an assignment, it will tell you that you're locked out. It could be because you've passed the due date. It could be because the teacher has set a prerequisite, which means you can't just skip all the way down here to chapter 8 if you haven't done chapter 6. And if anything happens like that and you're not able to get into an assignment, that is cause for contacting your instructor, and they'll be able to tell you what you need to do. So you can email them or call them. If I want to see the quizzes and tests, I can click on this tab, and it's important to note that this is what an Algebra 1 course looks like. If you are in an Algebra 2 course, you'll see practice test and test instead of quizzes and tests. So it may look just a little bit different depending on which course you're in, but whatever's there for you to do, that's what you need to be working on. If I want to see everything all in one screen, I can click Show All. And I like to click View All 71 on one page, have them all there together, and then either print this or copy and paste it into an Excel or Word or something like that, so you can print it out and put it in your binder and mark things off as you go along to make sure that you're keeping up with these due dates over here on the side. After you've completed some assignments and you've read through the content, you've done the homework, you've done the quizzes and tests, practice tests, you want to know how you did. So we're going to go ahead and click on Gradebook, and we can click Show Entire Course to Date. And there's not much on this course. This is just practice and not much has been done here. But if you've been in the course a while and you've done a lot of assignments, you'll see a whole list of things here. It will tell you how many you got right. It'll tell you what your score is, how much time you spent, and when you turned it in. So know that this is information that we're looking at as the instructors, as the mentors. We're going to look to find out how often you're working in the course and how well you're doing. You can also click Show Overall Score, and it will give you an overall percentage, and it'll tell you how much time you've been spending in the courses. So you never have to wonder how you're doing in the courses. You'll definitely know. Click on OK, exit out of this, and go back to the home page. That's the bulk of what you need to know for this course. That's where you're going to spend the majority of your time. If you have additional specific questions that relate to your course, please give me a call, email me. My name is Amanda Wright, and my phone number is 270-670-3739. Thanks.